Hello and welcome to today's Quickfire Quiz with me, Mr. Chapman, the Quiz Wizard. Welcome back to those of you who've taken part in quizzes before, and a big hello to those of you who are taking part for the first time today. Please have a look through the rest of the channel to have a go at some of the other quizzes. I do have one shout out today, and this is from Mrs. Tuttle for Pittsford and Walgrave Primary Schools. She tells me that you have been trying the quickfire quizzes for the first time this week. I just hope that you're really enjoying them and that you keep taking part in them. Great stuff. So our quiz today, there will be 10 questions, testing your curriculum knowledge and also a little bit of general trivia too. So let's have a look and see what is in store for us today. Question 1. What is it called in 10-pin bowling when you knock all the pins down in just one go? What is it called in 10-pin bowling when you knock all of the pins down in one go? It's quite tricky to do. So if you've done it, well done. You must be good at 10-pin bowling. Question 2. Find all of the prepositions in this sentence. At midnight, the bell in the ancient tower began to ring. At midnight, the bell in the ancient tower began to ring. Find all the prepositions in that sentence. Think about what a preposition is. We have looked at them in previous quizzes before as well. Find all of them. Question 3 is a maths question. Which of these is not an equivalent fraction of 1/2? Which of these is not an equivalent fraction of 1/2? 4/8, 2/3, 3/6, or 5/10? One of those fractions is not the same as 1/2. What is it? Fractions can be tricky, but sometimes things that we find the trickiest we have to work hardest at, and we'll eventually get there. So if you're not sure, I will show you later on. Question 4 is a science question. If you roll a ball across a carpet, which forces will cause it to slow down and then stop? If you roll a ball across a carpet, which forces will cause it to slow down and then stop? Okay, so there's more than one. Question 5. What other planet gets nearest to Earth? What other planet gets nearest to Earth? So in their orbit of the sun, which planet gets the closest to Earth? Have a think about the order of the planets. That might give you a bit of a tip. Halfway there, 5 to go. Question 6. Peter Parker is better known as which superhero? The photographer, Peter Parker, is better known as which superhero? Question 7. History. How many wives did Henry VIII have? How many wives did Henry VIII have? And you can see a picture of Henry VIII, the Tudor king, in the centre of your screen. He is very famous for having many wives, but just how many? Question 8. Oh, measurements, maths. How many centimetres are there in 2.05 metres? How many centimetres are there in 2.05 metres? Think about how many centimetres there are in a metre. That's a good place to start. Question 9. Onomatopoeia. What is the onomatopoeia in the following sentence? The mud squelched as it squished between his toes. What is the onomatopoeia in the following sentence? The mud squelched as it squished between his toes. Onomatopoeia might be something you've never heard of before. I'll explain it later. It's quite fun. And the last question today, number 10. You've got some options here. Which of these is a title of a Bruno Mars song? Is it A, Downtown Soul? Is it B, Uptown Funk? Or is it C, Inner City Life? Which of these is a title of a Bruno Mars song? A, Downtown Soul, B, Uptown Funk, or C, Inner City Life? Finished the quiz today. 10 questions done. I'll go through the answers in a second, but our midway point is fitness time today. It's fitness time. So we're going to do 20 seconds of 3 different fitness activities. So what is our first one today? It's climbing the ladder. So you have to jump like this and try and climb the ladder for 20 seconds. Are you ready? Let's go. And what you got to try and do is make sure that your knees get as high as they possibly can. Let's keep going. Stretching, grabbing that ladder. Do it on the spot. That's 10 seconds gone. 10 seconds left. Let's go. Keep those knees up high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. An extra one for luck. There we go. Okay. Our second fitness exercise today is, it's squats, as you can see in the picture in the bottom right hand corner. So we'll do 20 seconds of these. So you put your hands out and you've got to just bend down like this. Let's go. I'll count up to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, feel the burn. Woo. Got one more to go. What is it? Jumping jacks. Okay, just like the picture down here. You've got to have your feet together and then jump out. Oh, and clap. Okay, for 20 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, keep going, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo! Well done. A little bit of exercise is good for the brain. Right, let's go through the answers today. In 10-pin bowling, when you knock all of the pins down in one go, that is called a strike. Question 2, find all the prepositions in this sentence. They are at and in. At midnight describes the time, and in the tower describes the place. Ancient is an adjective, and ring is a verb. So the answers were at and in. Okay, the fractions one. Which of these were not an equivalent fraction of 1/2? So the answer is 2/3. And let me show you why using this fraction rule. If you have a look at the top green line, I've shown you that that bar is split into half. So that is 1/2. And if you keep going down, you can see when you get to the sixths, 3/6 is exactly the same amount as 1/2. 4/8 is exactly the same amount as 1/2. And 5/10 is exactly the same amount as 1/2. If we go to the thirds, if we count 2/3, 1, 2, we can see that actually 2/3 is greater than 1/2. Okay, so I hope that fraction rule helps to show you that more clearly. So the answer was 2/3. Question 4, if you roll a ball across a carpet, which forces will cause it to slow down then stop? There's actually 3 forces that act upon it. So the ball is moving, and you can see the direction of the ball with the orange arrow at the top. So gravity acts on the ball to keep it down. Gravity acts on everything to keep it on the ground. and then friction occurs from the carpet up on it, and then air resistance is pushing against the ball to try and slow it down. Okay, so 3 different forces. What you could do is find something like a ball or a toy car or something like that and see how forces act upon it on different surfaces. So you might want to do it on a carpet, you might want to do it on a laminate floor, maybe you could do it in your bathroom, maybe you could do it on some gravel or pavement, and just see how that affects the movement of that object. Question 5, what other planet gets the nearest to the sun? That is Venus. Venus is the planet that comes closest to Earth as it sweeps by on its orbit. Mercury stays the closest to Earth for the longest, but Venus gets the closest. Actually, if you look really carefully sometimes, you can see Venus in the sky. Question 6, Peter Parker is better known as the superhero Spider-Man. Number 7, Henry VIII had 6 wives, and the reason for this was because he desperately wanted to have a son, so he had an heir to the throne. Okay, he eventually got a son. What you could do about the wives, find out their names, and more importantly, find out what happened to each one. There's an interesting little song to help you remember. Not pleasant. Question 8. How many centimetres are there in 2.05 metres? So in 1 metre there are 100 centimetres. So in 2 metres there are 200 centimetres. 0.05 metres is 5 centimetres. So altogether you would have 205 centimetres. At home, measure different items with a tape measure and try and convert them between centimetres and metres. Sorry about that. Question 9. What is the onomatopoeia in this sentence? The mud squelched as it squished between his toes. So the answers are squelched and squished. Onomatopoeia is a type of word that sounds like what it is describing. So in this sentence, you can hear the squelching and squishing of the mud. I've just noticed I've spelt here wrong. That should be H-E-A-R. So yeah, it's a type of word that sounds like what it is describing. So you can almost see the squelching and the squishing of the mud. Well done if you got that. And question 10, which of these is a title of a Bruno Mars song? It was Uptown Funk, which was by Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson. Well done. So, how did you get on today? Why don't you try some of the other quickfire quizzes and see if you can beat your score? If you enjoyed today's video, please press the like button, and if you want to, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please help me do that. But you must ask somebody at home first. You do that by clicking subscribe and then press on the bell for updates. Also, please tell your friends and your other teachers about the Quiz Wizard site and the quickfire quizzes. Please keep tweeting me as well at _quiz_wizard with how you're getting on. And that means the last thing that I need to say to you today is class dismissed. See you later.